Your own understanding, truth under Babylon's empiricism. What up? Uh, get right to the point. Queen and Slim. First off, spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet, I just may spoil it for you. So I advise you not to continue if you haven't seen it and you do want to see it. Or if you don't care, just listen up. So once again, Queen and Slim. Movies I generally don't get excited about going to see in general. It has to be something very distinctive for me to actually want to see it. This one in particular I did not want to see because, judging by the previews, I just fell into the category of, once again, another blaxploitation film. Let's exploit the black condition and see what kind of funds we can generate off the disparity. So, yeah, blaxploitation runs rampant for our community anyway. The biggest of the decade was probably Black Panther. Definitely a blaxploitation film. Everyone else seen it as, oh, Wakanda, let's make X's and drink lemonade. I don't know. It's just crazy. I'm like, okay. Almost walked out through half of that film. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it visually. It was an awesome piece of art to see visually. But the storyline, and, just you have a superhero movie, and the storyline of, once again, let's exploit the black condition. How you can actually get that into a superhero movie? They did it. Made a whole lot of money. Anyway, Queen and Slim. Very disappointed from the very beginning, just because it was as so what I thought it was, a blaxploitation film. Probably of one of the most worst kind because it involved the entire community. Their perceptions, their outlook on life and their condition, and I guess the mixed emotions and the thoughts in regard to what was going on in that movie, in regard to obviously police brutality and racial profiling, injustice, tyranny, terrorism. It seems as if there is an absolute agenda to just emasculate black men, and it's the responsibility of those such black men to see these things. If they aren't playing out in real life enough for you, you don't really need a movie to get the idea of what the general consensus is when it comes to people's perception of the black man. When you say the black man, you include his women and his children. And if you put that man in a position where he is less than his woman and his children, that takes the whole family structure dynamic and flips it topsy-turvy in the black community. And what you get is what you have right now in society. I'm not an emotional person. I got slightly emotional, didn't let any waterfall. Not emotional over, the movie, but emotional over the reality of reality and seeing it depicted in the most indigenous form. They got two of the blackest people they could find. Word. Show that enrichment. However, I look at symbolism in art in a movie. I'm not there to be entertained. I'm not there to, be bewildered or befuddled or elated or excited or nothing like that. If the movie calls for that in the title and in the previews and in its expression, then I would expect that when I go, if I do choose to go to see that type of movie. But for the most part, Queen and Slim did not express that in the previews. It expressed exactly what it is, a blaxploitation film. And once again, the emotion that I got from it wasn't because of what I was looking at, but it was actually because of the reality of the black community and how others seem to be able to exploit the black condition for capital gain. And anyway, I don't care if it's 2 cents. Because that just, once again, affirms the economy based on black struggle. It's always been like that. And for me, since a child, I've seen these things. So I had that weight on my shoulders as a very, very young child. It's almost a shame to be forced to have to develop concepts that an adult would or should protocol into his principle. However, I did these things as a child and carried that up until my adulthood, up until now. So my outlook on life is a lot different than a lot of people. But I could tell you, the more we accept where we are, the more we will stay as we are. And as long as we are where we are, how we are, everyone else will be too. Because you can't have a savior without setting free the abilities and the energy and the resonance of the righteous. When you constantly try to suppress what is righteous, what you get is calamity and tyranny, because everything else is uncivilized.